Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the class of International Product Life Cycle. So, in our today's class, we are going to discuss about one of the important topic that is product life cycle. But whenever we speak about product life cycle, so we should also understand from the perspective or from the point of international level. So, in our today's class, we are going to discuss about the introduction to international product life cycle and also the different stages of product life cycle. So before going into the different stages of product life cycle, we all should understand what is international or what is product life cycle. So generally we all are aware that how many stages in a product life cycle? Four. Which are those?
Introduction, growth, maturity, and decline.
Yes, generally the product goes through different stages in its life cycle, right? It starts from introduction and it ends up with decline stage. So if at all, if you ask me what is this product life cycle, it's nothing but it explains about the birth, the process. It starts from the birth until the death of the product. Okay, so that is what we call it as product life cycle. So we all are aware that human beings even go through different stages in their life cycle, correct? It starts from birth, next goes to childhood, next comes infant childhood, then comes teenage, then comes youth, then comes the middle age, and finally we go to the old age, and finally one fine day we die, correct? This is the life cycle of a human being. The same thing, even every product has a life cycle. So it starts from the birth, that is introduction, and it ends with the decline, that is nothing but the death of the product or services or sometimes even company also. Okay, that is what we are going to discuss today in our today's class. So we should understand what is international product life cycle. So everything you need to know about product life cycle. What is life cycle of a product is called as product life cycle, and it is related to the different phases of the product, that is since its birth to death. So that's what we were discussing till now. So the different phases right from its birth to death is known as a life cycle, and we all are known that nothing is permanent and nothing is commonly applicable to everyone. Whenever a product is newly introduced in the market, it should one day meet its own end. So when a product is introduced, it should definitely see its own end. That is what it means. So entry and exit are two extreme, inevitable ends of the product. So it is inevitable, you cannot miss. Okay, entry is and exit, it is an inevitable of a product. And the product
Say screen is not visible, sir.
I don't know why it is happening like this. Now?
No, it's clear, sir. It's visible.
Yes. Okay. So now entry and exit are two inevitable ends of the product. And the product life cycle concept indicates the product is born or introduced, then next goes to growth, that is grows and attains maturity, and at some point of saturation in the market, then sooner or later it is bound to enter its declining stage. So first it starts with the introduction, second growth, third one is maturity, and finally it ends in declining stage, that is decays in its sales. Okay, and through this what we can understand that the product has been vanished. Whenever there is a decay in sales, whenever there is a fall down in sales, that means yes, you need to understand, okay, most probably it has entered its declining stage. And the product life cycle should be preferably termed as product market life cycle, as it is related to given the particular market only. Okay, so now if at all, if you ask me, sir, whether there is global product life cycle, Till now we have not
देखो ये सेम है क्या?
global market, global product life cycle. So there is an international product life cycle which is applicable to a particular market only. Okay, is it clear?
इसमें कौन?
The next one is product life cycle is historically
6 नंबर के
is the historical study. Akhilesh,
yes yes
Akhilesh, please mute yourself. Okay, thank you. So product life cycle is the historical study of sales of the product. So what we are studying, it is nothing but the sale of the product. It includes when it was introduced, when it was getting rapid acceptance, and that is nothing but growing stage, and when it was on the peak of its position. So when it started falling from the peak and when it disappeared, product passes through certain stages through its during its lifespan, and in fact no product is capable to satisfy needs and wants of customers for an unlimited period of time. So you all should understand any product may satisfy the needs and wants of the customers for a limited period only. After that limited period, a new product comes into market, and generally customers adopt that new innovation or the new product. And during that lifetime, during that span, that product will try to satisfy the needs and wants of the customers. As such, it is sales and profits are subject to differ over time. So time by time, the sales and also profits differ by over time, and the life of product can be determined by its capacity to meet market expectations, and it lasts or exists as long as it satisfies its users. So now if you ask me, what is the lifespan of the product in the market, it is nothing but until you satisfy the customer's needs and wants, you are in the market. The day customer starts feeling, the day customer thinks that this product is not more satisfying the needs and wants of the customers, then they definitely try to find another product which satisfy the needs and wants of the customers. Okay, and the concept that studies the lifespan of the product in relation to the demand is popularly known as product life cycle. Okay, here what we are doing, we are checking the demand. Okay, lifespan of a product in relation to the demand is popularly known as product life cycle, and we use product life cycle PLC as an abbreviation of product life cycle. PLC का full form है product life cycle. Okay, the concept PLC is more important in marketing theory. This is one of the important marketing theory and practice. It is interesting to know that we can study the PLC only when we complete its entire life. So when you want to understand about the PLC, it is only possible when the company goes through all the stages and finally reaches its fourth stage, what we call it as the decline stage. Is it clear? You understood the introduction and meaning of product life cycle?
Yes, sir.
Okay, the term product life cycle can be defined as, so now we can find some of the definitions given by the renowned authors. Okay, the product life cycle is an attempt to recognize distinct stages in sales history of the product. So now what I'm trying to understand, I'm trying to understand the different stages in the sales history of the product. That is according to Philip Kotler. And we can define PLC as, PLC concerns with the study of the degree of product acceptance by the market over time, and it includes major rises and falls of a sales during its lifetime. So another author said that it is not only the study of sales history, but he also says that yes, the rise and fall of the sales during the lifetime. So product life cycle states a relationship between sales volume and profit. So now you should understand that product life cycle will help you to identify the relationship between the sales and the profit. So we can define the term as product life cycle concerns with the study of relationship between sales volume and profits in relations to time through entire span of product's life. So this is nothing but the explanation of the sales and the profits. And what are the different stages? Typically it passes through 4 stages. Okay, the first one is introduction stage. What is happening in introduction stage? The product is introduced in the market. Second one is growth. The product is getting rapid acceptance and sales rise at the increasing stage. The third one is maturity. Here the sales rises but at the decreasing rate. Saturation is marked with stable sales. So now everything is on the peak. Whenever we discuss about maturity, it is nothing but everything is on peak. And finally, the fourth stage is the decline stage. It is the stage when the sales start falling. Okay, can you see the diagram? My dear students?
Yes, sir.
So now you can see the product is introduced. This is the introduction stage. Here it is slowly growing and it has reached the second stage, that is growth. But when it comes to maturity, can you see this peak of this diagram? The peak of this shape? So this is what we call it as of maturity. But when the sales of the product starts declining or starts falling, then we call it as decline stage. Okay, so this is the normal diagram how this sales product life cycle is represented. Is it clear, my dear students? Yes. The stages of product life cycle. Yes, product life cycle comprises of 4 steps or 4 stages. So this is known to everyone, and each stage of product life cycle can be characterized in terms of at least 4 aspects. That is sales volume, amount of profits, level of promotional efforts and expenses, and the last one is the degree of competition. And each stage demands the unique marketing strategy. Okay, for each and every stage there should be a different marketing strategy, there should be a different distribution strategy, there should be a different pricing strategies used, and the cost which is also is involved in each and every stage is different. So you should understand about all these stages. That is, the first one is introduction stage. See, we all are aware that what do you mean by introduction stage, my dear students?
At the time product launched in the market and customers are not aware about the product.
Correct, very good. So here the product is newly introduced to the market. The customers are unaware about the product or the services. So now what you are supposed to do? Now you are supposed to create awareness among the customers, and you all should remember this introduction stage or first stage is considered as very risky stage, and it is very expensive because we need to spend a lot of amount on creating awareness through advertising and through other sorts of marketing communications. Okay, is it clear? Introduction stage starts when a product is for the very first time made available for purchase. That means it is newly introduced and consumers are not aware of product, or they may not have general opinion and experience regarding the product. So they are not aware totally. So moreover, the new product has to face the existing products. So the sales remains limited. The sales are not sold or not increasing. So they can be, you can even say it as in a negative state. In the very initial stage, there is a loss or negligible profit. Generally, the profits are in negative. During this period, the direct competition is almost absent because your product is newly introduced. Consumers and customers are not aware about your product. So there is no direct competition. And company has not mastered production and selling problems. and price is normally high to recover or offset costs of development, production, and marketing with minimum sales, so the sale rises at gradually. So now what is happening in this introduction stage? It is new to the market. The sales are not high. I can even say it is in the negative. The profits are generally negative only. They are under loss or negligible profits. Okay. So during this period, there is no tough competition because your product is new. Okay. And you need to think about the price. So generally the price set is normally high to cover all the costs what they have spent on production and marketing. So this is what is happening in introduction stage. Is it clear?